Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 60 minutes of unscripted .NET content. I'm particularly jazzed today reading where everybody was from. That was so fun. I am one of your hosts today, Katie, here with David and Maira.
Hello.
Thank you both for joining. Shout out to Maira, who's in a hotel room right now.
I actually took over their lobby, so
I love that. That's awesome.
There's going to be people walking by. Maira will be like, shh.
Right,
yeah,
right.
we're the only ones here, so I think we're safe. But yeah, you might see the employees maybe.
Let them join us.
Exactly.
Yeah,
maybe they'll know something about .NET. Who knows? And here is our amazing guest, Mabrouk Mahdhi, who is going to be taking us through today into some exciting things. Would you like to introduce yourself and a little bit more about what we're going to be talking about?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Mabrouk. I'm from Tunisia. I'm based in Germany. Yeah, I'm living here in Germany very long years now. Mainly, I'm a .NET developer. I like everything about .NET. I'm doing very cool stuff with .NET. Also, I'm a Microsoft MVP. So yeah.
We love our MVPs. Awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, very, very interested in everything what we have in .NET. I'm very big fan of Blazor as well. So today we are gonna talk about how we can generate code, like improve our productivity for engineers, like using AI. Especially we are gonna use the OpenAI API for the demo, but provider can be anything.
That sounds exciting. I always love to improve.
Yeah, so let's get started.
Let's do it.
So, what if I tell you that by the end of this live session, you will see, like, by hitting only one command, you will get a fully running microservice in a Docker container.
I would say no way.
So we are vibe coding today.
Yeah. That's right. So, just a very quick intro. Like, when I started writing code, I started with Pascal. Probably you know it, yeah.
Same.
And I started writing the algorithms by hand, right? Trying to solve some problems, how to sort an array of integers. And then I started working, like using some frameworks like Delphi, if you know it, and Azure, and then VS and C#, like C++ before, then C#, VB.NET, VB6, VB.NET.
Ooh, yeah.
And these new years, like we have automated deployment, CI/CD pipelines everywhere. But if you see all these tools, we still need, all these tools still need us for the thinking and typing, right? Now the AI generation is coming and taking like the hand to do our stuff, right? And I am very excited to see like how an engineer, software engineer in the next 5 years will work or write code. Let's discover what we can do today. OpenAI does have a very nice, very powerful API, and we'll use it in this demo. So I am a member in the standard community, if you know it, founded by Hassan Habib. He's an amazing guy.
Yeah.
He's a crazy, like doing very cool stuff, and it's like we are open source friendly community, and we implemented this standard AI, OpenAI. It's a client for the OpenAI API. Like you can use it to consume the API. It's test-driven, very good quality API library, and we implemented this in live sessions. So it's video documented. You can see how we initialized the project till we deployed the package. Like all the sessions are recorded and available on YouTube. So the idea is very, very simple. We will have for the demo a Blazor app. We'll send requests to OpenAI, and we'll get the response. And we will play with this response with and with templates, code templates. We'll see that. So very quick as example how to use the library is you can just define your completion. There is also other completions, but for this case we are gonna use the chat completion. You define the model you want to use and send the request. Send chat completion and just get the response from OpenAI. Okay, so let's code or let's generate code. So I have a Blazor app. Let me run it very quickly. Can you see it?
Yeah.
On .NET Live.
On .NET Live, CodeComplete, and then it's got like a big text
Yeah,
box.
this is maybe I can zoom a bit.
Yeah, sure.
This is a prompt like where you can write anything to your tool. I want to create a new, let's say, Maui Blazor app for the let's write it correctly, .NET Live team to manage live talks. Okay. Now I sent the request to OpenAI API. Look what I get. Now I have a structured result in JSON. I know the project type. It's a .NET MAUI project. Okay. I have a like suggestion for project name or solution name on .NET Live, demo, and live talks manager, I think, or management. Yeah, manager. Not only this, like I have suggestions like for models, base models. I have talk, you have speakers, cattle, host, you, and you have entity framework, which is a storage broker, and the foundation services where you can find the CRUD operations actually within the business logic, the validation and all that stuff. But this is the result I got from OpenAI. When I have a JSON file, I can handle an object in C#, right? I can just convert it in an object and handle it. Okay, so I am not going to go in detail.
He's not going to go into detail because he's going to drop.
He's not going into detail.
Oh my God.
Well,
He'll
we'll
be
wait
right
for
back.
him. Yeah, I'm assuming he'll realize and jump right back.
I mean,
Unless
he was
his
setting up the
computer crashed.
suspense really well.
Right,
so I think
right.
that this was a planned piece of that.
There's like project structure. It's pretty interesting. So I was just ready to ask too, like how those drop downs were being populated. If those were like suggestions from AI, or if those are kind of like pre-baked to like add to like the determinism of the results, or
yeah.
Okay, it looks like we're getting him back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Hey! He can answer all of our questions now.
You know, I had the running app. When I stopped the app, it stopped the browser.
I was thinking about that.
all the open window. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, fine. And I was
Do you want to share your screen
no
again?
reaction. I was talking, no reaction. Hey, what happened?
You're like, I know this is too good to have no reaction.
That happened, like live demo. Yeah. So let me share my screen again.
No worries. That's one of the joys of using StreamYard. Like, I love it as a platform. The gotcha is that it runs in a browser tab. So if you accidentally close your browser, stuff can fall off. I've done it myself too.
So you can see my screen, right? Okay.
Oh,
perfect.
yep. Yes.
So what I sent to OpenAI is a very structured document. I say I want this type, and I predefined my types. Like if you think it's an API, return 0. Blazor wasm, return 1, and etc. etc. Okay, it's predefined.
Yeah. Okay.
Play with it.
That's what we were actually talking about this. We were just discussing when you dropped off. We're like, one of our kind of questions were like how you were populating those drop downs.
Yep.
So, okay, awesome.
That's how I do it. And look in the name also. Like this is a demo, but thinking about more agents, more rules you define, you send to your in your request. For example, about the name, I said, guess the name if you and return it in this format, ODL demo meaningful name. So and it does. So it did actually. The file name also, like the actual project file name or code file name. I don't use it for now, but models. Return a list of models that you think it's useful for me. I can use it, and so on. Now I will take this.
Well, before you continue, I want to talk about this real quick.
Yeah.
So the approach that you're using here, you're still relying on AI, and we all understand that AI as like a programming tool is non-deterministic, meaning that it will give you different results every time, sometimes no results for the same exact prompt. So make sure you understand that. But what you're doing is you're actually creating a template here. So I see you have a templates folder, and you're kind of guiding it, so to speak, right? So that it helps with the determinism.
Exactly.
Is that correct? Okay. Okay.
And I am defining kind of rules.
Yeah.
Like for naming, for project type, I have only these available projects for now for you. Like it's very like you say OpenAI, you have this circle, don't go outside.
Yeah.
And it
okay.
works. It works very well. Like we can try multiple times. We get sometimes for the models you get different types, but that's why I have this option to select.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah. This is only demo. I have also because I like using CLI, so I implemented a demo CLI, and I wanna you to try it with me if you want. Like I have a maybe I can share it here. I have a repo. It's on my profile. Yeah, this one. I don't know if you can see, like you will find this API project here in its public repo.
If you send us the link, we can put it in the chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So.
Thank you for asking. I was just gonna try to manually type it up over here, Katie.
Yeah.
Nice.
So now I like think about think about this CLI like the web app. Like what I am doing in this CLI is exactly like when I'm clicking a button, generate, or entering something manually. Now I'm in this project. So this is my current project, and I'm gonna the tool is called, like I called it Prosyria. The name is like Osyria is a flower because I like flowers, and Pro is like professional. It's a professional flower.
I love that. I love
that.
And that's actually, I just want to give you a compliment on your name, because like legit naming things is so hard, especially with like any type of product or CLI, and like there's so many things that are just like repeated, and like this is awesome. I love it.
Yeah. I won't name it like code generator or the best code
the first
generator
one ever.
That's it. And let's try to get some help to see what can this CLI do. This will be gonna open source. It's not open source yet, but I will open source it very soon, like when I have a stable edition, a stable version. Like it does a lot of stuff and create a microservice. We'll do it at the end. So let's try with a simple thing. I can't write code anymore. I'm using tools. Pro Syria I want to go and add a model, right? Let's say name. Look, not only sending requesting, getting result and put it somewhere. I'm also using kind of templates. So to make it smarter, I say this model should be in such folder, and you will see this. Let's say any name, any model, anything, talk or anything. What do you think? Talk?
dotnet live.
Yeah, we need a model that to save that. Let's say talk, for example, or anything.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, because we will manage this. Created models. Look at this. Under models, foundations, talks.
Can we increase the font a little bit there, just so?
Like this?
Yeah, and on the PowerShell there, if it's possible.
I really forgot how to do this. I know that it's.
I don't know if in the settings there.
Terminal. I know that we can also zoom it. I think control.
Maybe on the fonts and colors there.
Control plus? No.
If only it were so easy, right?
I don't know.
I think there's like on the fonts and things, you can set the size of the font. Let's see. You're on the settings on the gear there.
Here, terminal.
Yeah, on fonts and colors.
So do like a search in the search options up there. Type in font, fonts and colors, and then that's the text editor. Yeah. So then
command window is that?
Or maybe PowerShell.
Terminal.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
And then
let's say 40, 20.
20.
20.
This is like the Visual Studio quick tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's much easier to read.
I like it. Like I'm using VS since VS8.
Yeah. Today you learned how to
keep learning that. We keep learning. Like
I do
every
wish
single day. That's why I like my job. Like I'm learning every single day something
I
new.
love that. Yeah. I wish there was like a kind of like how VS Code has like the universal like was it Windows key plus or Control plus or whatever, or mouse wheel up, and everything like scales together.
Yeah. So now this is a simple thing. You can see, I know ID is everywhere, but we can explicitly ask AI to suggest some properties. And now it sends some requests, and I get title, speaker, start time, end time, location, and in the right place, in the right model. So how quick is that? How cool is that? We need a storage broker. Like we need to store somewhere. It's think about storage broker as entity framework. It's actually entity framework. Okay. So I will ask ProSyria to add a storage broker, and I say for this model talk. It's not case sensitive. You can write anything. And look at this. It generated. I know you like this from the last live session we had last year, David. Partial class. It generates in partial class. So you have this is standard way how we do things. Like it generated the abstractions for me. All the methods I need, like the CRUD operations. Actually, every software in this world is about CRUD operations. All what we do is CRUD operations, right? So these are the basics. Generated in the right place, right name. Look, sorry, iStorage broker talks and so on. The implementation is also cool. It's very implemented with the right way. I did you the option to configure like maybe foreign keys or something that it's not like regular or common in all softwares. So the implementation is here. You see, it's an entity framework actually, like adding the operation. The cool thing, I will go pro and think about this. Just concentrate with me now. Add a foundation service. The foundation service is exactly like the CRUD operations within a validation, like within validation rules. So here at this point, we start building our business logic. For the same model, talk, okay? Now let's check. It's not here yet. No services, you see no services. My unit test is empty. And I will hit enter and look at this. It generated the foundation service for me. The syntax is different. You know why? Because we want to be sure that when I see this method, I know it's a foundation service and it's not entity framework. So it's not insert, but add. And it's retrieve, it's not select. So it makes sense, right? This is the standard community conventions. So look at this. The service is implemented. Exceptions, like it added in the model also the exceptions. Look how structured is it. All the possible exceptions in the foundation level, and it handles all the exceptions. This is, yeah, sometimes you need to add things manually. It's not always, I think it's about reference maybe, or yeah. And the exceptions are handled. The validation, you can define your own validation if you want to extend it or something like that. But the coolest thing that I like, it generated unit tests for you. You don't do that?
Wait, so
how many developers do write unit tests?
I mean, yeah, to an extent, right? It's tedious. It's time consuming.
Yeah. So it like all the tests you need. Here I have only the logic, but we want to extend it to add to also to ensure the validation stuff and exceptions handling and all that stuff. But just for the demo, look, random values to test your service, and I'm mocking also, like we are really using the famous library, like the well-known libraries that every developer use, like most of developers are using, and very structured unit test for all the operations, right? And that's cool. Like one shot, you have this the service implemented, you have the exceptions, and you have the unit tests. You can also add the controller, right? Controller, so controllers here, tasks controller, and it's implemented. Referenced, like the service, dependency injection. And look at this, created, bad request, failed dependency, conflict. Like it's not always returning 200, but you have an error message, like many developers do that. Like they return always is created or okay,
Mhm.
with some data like error is failed, something like that. No, we handle exception the right way with this tool. Like you really don't care about the all this stuff. Like is everything is generated with the well handled, like the
And
right exceptions. Yeah.
so
Tell
let
me.
me let me interject here and ask a question. So if I'm following correctly, you just dropped down into the Proseria CLI and
Yeah.
you started with a model named
Yeah.
Talks. And from there, then you had it like suggest some properties, and then you generated some more stuff, and then it created all of this entirely for you, like the controllers, the foundations, the models, the services, the brokerage, the exception handling, tests, all of that.
Yeah, but step by step. Like
Mhm.
you start with the model. You say, this is my model. This is my context. This is
Okay.
my domain. Think about DDD. This is my domain.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And now I want to implement the basic operations.
Got it.
I start
Okay.
with entity framework stuff. The cool thing that we have in the standard community, we have something called brokers, which is the only point where you can see the third-party things, the third-party libraries. So there you can define all what you do with storage broker with entity framework. So it's always in the same place. So like you can handle this, you can configure this. So um, I generated then the broker, like the storage broker, then the service, and then the unit tests. But I have the option also, if you go and start with generate controller. I disabled this now, but what I started doing is when you write, for example, Proseria add a controller, what it will do, it will search for a talk model. It's not found, it will generate it. And then search for the broker, storage broker, not found, generate. And then the service, and then generates the broker. But I don't like this approach because I want to demo it. Like I can we will see this when we generate a microservice. Now for the demo, let's start one by one. And this is also I am not sending all my code to OpenAI. You think about privacy. I send only structure. I want my service look like this. And AI is smart enough to know where to place the model and the properties and how to name them. The thing this is why with AI is very quick in analyzing your text, your idea. You don't have to write too much code or too much files to generate like templates or snippets. Because you may ask, yeah, I can write snippets, right? But writing snippets is okay, but you need to care about naming, and you all the time you need to rename all the files and so on, and you need to write these templates, uh, these snippets. But with the AI understands what you need. If you have only one example, it will generate everything for you. But you need to define very clear rules because it's not like it's a machine. It's
Right.
yeah, AI, but it's machine. Like you need to write like very clear rules to get better result.
I think it would be good to pause. We're getting a couple of questions, and I also have one question of my own, which is how do people get Proseria? Because I think that's not part of the repository, right?
No, this is not like you mean Proseria? No, it's
Yeah.
not.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not open source yet, but we will make it open source very, very soon.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not no, it's not an agent. Like Proseria is not an agent, but it works like it sends requests, like it sends requests and try to do this, like handle the result based on some templates that you have in your code. It's not an agent like it will be cool if we have like agents that can work in parallel, like in same time for 1,000 things, implement the service, the pipeline, deploy, and so on. That would be great. But
yeah, that's what
maybe
Jose was
soon,
asking about,
next year.
like the agent. So yeah, like the agent, I could see that being more of like an interactive thing where it
Exactly.
spins off and does all the different things and confirms like, oh, do you want to do this? You want to do this? You want to do this?
Yeah. Because I believe that we need to, like, engineers still need to interact like with the what they are deploying, because even if AI can write your code, write full code for you, but it's hard for AI to understand the purpose. What
Sure.
are you doing, or what is your goal with doing this? So I believe that, yeah, we need to give the users possibility to change things manually. And it generates like all the code for you. There is no packages in behind that you have to use or to pre-install in order to use. No, your software, your code is your code. You can use it everywhere.
You were talking a little bit about like defining what you want it to do. And Frank in the chat is asking, are you using Copilot instructions to do that? Or how are you giving it those instructions to make sure it's operating how you want?
No, not Copilot. Like I'm using really, I'm defining my own. Like I showed you this JSON file. I'm defining my rules by myself. Like I want, for example, for this, like this way. Like look at this. You have a very clear structure. You have 5 methods, and it's always about add talk async. Imagine add speaker async. So it's easy to say, I want this structure, and you will get it like
Sure.
this way.
We did have
I
another
did
question.
never get a wrong result from it.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Jose has a follow-up question as well here from YouTube. So, does Proseria use a model under the hood?
It's like it's a really a simple consumer of AI like OpenAI API. It's for now it's only consumer. Like it, yeah. Easy, like the idea behind it is to keep it easy as possible. Once for costs, software development is very expensive when you go to cloud and AI. So I am trying to find a way how to do this, but with like paying less money.
Yeah, I like that.
So, yeah, how expensive life is. But yeah, that is, and I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. So sending very clear rule within my request to OpenAI, and I'm getting very clear response till now.
Awesome.
So let's see what happens in the future. Like now, if you add the migration and run it, it will run like you have everything you want. We talked about the microservice, right? I will go here.
While you're doing that, I just thought of a question too.
Yeah. Tell me.
I thought of this before, but I was waiting because there was other conversation happening.
Sure.
So with all the code that it's generating, you keep speaking to like the accuracy of getting the results that you're expecting, which is awesome. But I wanted to ask, like, are you doing any like intermediate step to validate that it's going to compile?
Sure. That I have a base like definition of my service or of my file, and if it doesn't fit this definition, it's not accepted. It will, like in this case, it will throw a like exception, like it said, or it shows you an error. AI couldn't do it.
Okay.
Easy. It's a demo.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Sometimes I had the problem before optimizing it. I get different JSON format each time. Even I say, take this class. But my mistake was I have my class, C# class, I'm converting it in runtime to JSON and send it. But that was wrong. Like when you do this, somehow OpenAI sends me different crazy JSON code. I don't know from where. So, really. So I tried to write like a stupid JSON file with text with comments. It's not JSON at all because JSON don't allow comments. But tried to do something, and it worked. It worked very well. Like it works till now. It works very very well.
Awesome.
Let's see what about other models in the future, what they how they will handle it.
And is there like a recipe in terms of which one you should do next? In terms of like you're running certain CLI commands there for Proseria, like is there a require sequence that you should run?
Yeah, if like you have always the model, the broker, the service, and the controller, right? So you can't generate the model if you don't have a domain like a model. So you need to go through like this flow: model, storage broker, service, and then controller. So I'm checking this. If something is missing, I will generate it and continue. Even you said generate a foundation service. I will check if there is a model, there is storage broker, and then continue with the service. It's very important. It's very, very important.
We did have a clarifying question too. And I just want to make sure that we do kind of address this, but from Twitch, they're asking, like, they're saying like holistically AI is non-deterministic. So if we run that same command 2 different times, will it output different code? And that's, I guess, maybe an experiment we could show them, because I was trying to say that I think it is, based on what you were saying with the templates and like the specific commands, it is like pseudo-deterministic.
True. Let's take the easiest example of this. Like this, what AI generated first time, right?
Yep.
Look now. Yes, to all. Look, title, description, speaker, other thing.
I mean, that looks like the same to me.
Yeah, it's very near to the first one, but yeah, it's different. It's a bit different, but
Okay.
it's like centralized in a talk model. Because I'm telling, my user wants to implement an API, and for now he wants to implement a model talk. So imagine what kind of properties can talk have. So yeah, that way I try to like make it near to the reality. It looks very good like till now. You can try it another time.
I just invented a new phrase, pseudo-determinism.
Yeah. Like cool. Like instead of title now topic, same thing, speaker, date, location. What do you think about that?
I love it.
Yeah. So the other thing is it's not always about backend. I try to do something also for front end. Proseria can implement Blazor components. Add component. Let's say I have an attendee, so let's say name talks or talk. It's a component name, and it's should be. No, I did the wrong place. It should not be here. I generated it somewhere in views in my API, but this is wrong. I need to go. Okay, fine. I will go here in the right place because I was selecting this project. So I generated it in the API. I need to run it under the web app. So you see, views, components. Here I did not have this folder, so it generated it for me. So it's checking all the path. It's not just like stupid generation. And it generate like Razor component with a partial C# definition of your component. And if you want to add some custom CSS scripts for your component. And for now, it's procedure generated thing. But imagine if you know the model and you want to implement CRUD operation are mostly always the same. And that's what I want to do is to generate the code here, HTML, and link it with a view service to the API, because we have in the API something called storage broker. In front end, we have something called API broker. Add API broker, and it will generate an API broker. Look, I generated the broker, did not find the model, and it generated it. I did not ask it to generate a talk model. So that's what I was talking about. APIs, API broker, and the talks like post another syntax. Maybe the reference is bad. I need to fix that. And the implementation, like the right way. API talks is the right API. Like if you check the controller, it should be the correct one. Yeah. So you can implement a, let's say, API. I called it for now foundation service in the UI. Like it is calling the API broker this time, and you can use this service in order to implement your control. Like when you click save, for example, and set post this talk. That's you did all the work, right? There is a small thing I like, a cool library I implemented. It's a open source one. I don't know why we don't have this provided by default in .NET by Microsoft. This is defined like my service is transient of type IDate. It's a like auto injection. It works very well. Like you can say only use auto injection, and you don't need to care about registering your services here. So it's something like I want to tell you about. So this is like now doing single parts. You have an existing, imagine you are maintaining an existing project, so you can define, like you can do single files. But you can also generate a whole microservice by going and say Proseria add or create, I think create micro. I need to write the shorter names. Micro service and name, let's say I can use another name like talks, not only attendees, and the model is talk, for example. Error, that's good. Yeah, I know why, because I just for the demo reasons I added something called create PR. I don't know why I did this. I will go to this. Let me delete these existing things just very quickly. Docker, don't need this. Is that all what I need to delete? Yeah. Okay, so I will go here. CD. Okay. Now I can try it again. It worked. Yeah. This is like about Git library. Look at this. Generated a full microservice for me. Like I have the talk, the broker, controller, everything I need. The
So
Docker
wait,
file.
so it created the solution too? The solution, the projects, all of that structure?
Yeah, this is template.
Okay.
This is template. But yeah, it created the based on template, created the solution, and then started to add the files. You see. Now you can say, I would say, also add like compose. Docker compose is created. Let's see. I have Docker running. Nothing here, right? I will try. Let's try to add the migration. How many times do we? Okay, that's enough. .NET Entity Framework migration. Add init, for example. Let's see if this works. I think I need to add some references. Yeah, I know my tool. Build failed. I think we need to run to build the solution, see what kind of errors. Yeah, some references. Yeah, here. So that's about reference, bad reference. Yeah, sometimes we still need to add some stuff manually. But
so a recommendation for that, actually, instead of adding those in the individual files, if implicit usings are on, you can actually define those in the CS proj.
Yeah, but
since that project is known. I don't know if that's a standard thing or not for the community.
No.
Okay.
We don't allow that because why? And this is very, very good point. I am here in a service, any service, any file.
Yeah.
We don't like when these things are hidden. We want to see what this file is actually using, what this file, this class or this interface coming from. Where is it defined?
And I know that you had mentioned Hassan too. He's helping shape this opinion. But for me, my opinion differs in that I think of it as noise. I think of all the usings as just kind of a result of not legacy, so to speak, but like just being over verbose. Like for me, I've never looked at a namespace and said that's meaningful to me. Like when I say using this thing, if to me, I like burying them all in global usings or in the project file and just not having to think about it. But that's just my mindset, my one opinion.
It's like feeling, like if you like this way or
this,
it's like you like this ADA or other one, at the end you will have the same result maybe. But
I mean, as long as it compiles and it runs and does what you want it to do, right? That's like a preference.
It's like developer preferences, right? Like for example, I also like global usings, and I've been converting all my projects to use central package management so that all the versions can be managing one file versus the several different project files. So it's just like, I like to like reduce the noise as much as possible.
Yeah. So now I'm trying to create migration. I hope it works. The cool thing while using this library auto injection, I don't care about changing my file each time. Like, what is that? Yeah, we need to. That's true. We don't have a server, so we need to compose and let's say how to say build. Yeah, let's build it and then up it. So this way I can inject, like register my services the best way, like easily without caring about editing each time, each iteration, going and edit my program CS file in order to only register a service. So, and now I will up it, load. Let's see what happened. Yeah, very structured, like This you have the server, the API, and the SQL server. Let's try if the API works. I hope this don't cut the call. By default, I have Swagger. Look at this beauty with one single line of code. No, it's not code, it's command. even, even no one line of code. Does it work? I hope it will. Oh no, there is some issue, but yeah, I have. I think that means also it works. Like, but there is an error. Yeah, it's not very negative, but yeah, this is the point. Like in 1 minute, you did the work for maybe 8 hours or more. Like you have really containers running with the right way, right place, right scripts, everything is running. So that's very, very amazing, I think.
I think we can applaud. We're going to applaud.
We need
Last-
special effects for the show.
The last thing I want to show you, like it's a bonus. It's not about AI. It's a bonus. But keep an eye here. We implemented this service here. I will say, please create a PR for me. Error. Okay. Because I need to remove like this. Let's try from scratch. Sorry for that. No, this can go. This stays. Okay, let's try again. I need to close VS. I don't know how to code anymore. Skip. Okay, skip. Okay, I think this will. Do I have to close the VS? Okay, that's fine.
I do know that VS does hold on to files and kind of locks them, and yes.
Yeah, let's try again. Created, change pushed, pull request is created. Look at this.
So all you did was --PR and it created a PR?
Yeah.
What?
Whoa.
No, no, not created a PR. It pulled the last version in main, created a new branch with the right name, like with standardized name,
Yeah.
like microservices add talk. This is a random number to avoid mistake, like problems.
Yeah, right.
In demo time. Like it like checked out this branch, did write the code, committed with the right message, commit, and pushed the changes, and then created PR. You want to see something else more crazy?
Yeah.
I don't know if it gets more crazy.
Do we have time?
Yeah, we've got a couple minutes. Yeah.
Just only 2 minutes.
Bonus number 2.
I have something called reviewer. What is it?
Yeah, while you're pulling that up, I'm just going to talk to the fact that like you automated a PR here with all of those standards. It's creating all this code. It's pushing it up, but pulling stuff first, making sure it's creating the branch and whatnot. And then now that it's in GitHub, you can just have Copilot review it, and then I mean, where
you don't need GitHub to review it because I have a reviewer.
Okay.
Look at this. This is my repo, right?
Yeah.
And this is new for 53 days ago.
Okay.
I will review it. PR3. Like imagine this is a portal where you can click buttons and so on. Check. Look, I will run it. Okay. Close your eyes. Are you ready for the show?
I'm actually closing my eyes.
Just wait. This is my hands.
I won't look. Tell me
These
when to
are
look.
my hands. Look, Mabrouk self-assigned it. It's assigned to me. Look, just wait.
Okay, I'm looking.
Hurry up, my tool. Where are you? Where are you? Here you are.
Whoa!
Look, please add file header. Please add file. And it's me. It's me.
Yeah, right.
I'm like Here you can catch like look at this.
This is
Method.
like those ghost workers. Like you hear those articles about these people that have these jobs that like they have so many different jobs, but like they just
Yeah.
like you're
Look at it.
automating all of us out of work.
Method select all. Violates async broker conventions. We have conventions. It should be value task. It should return value task. It should be exactly like this, even
I
if you
love
are returning iCurable. So what do you think about that, guys?
I
And
think
look
that's
here
crazy.
in another comment.
I think that's
Like,
amazing.
and all of these are like kind of rules that you try to define and let your reviewer do it. Comments, all of that.
And then you'll have CI/CD in place that will build and
Exactly.
validate everything, and then you get a green build, and then it just is deployed, and then like
Yeah, and if it's a mobile app, I will hack your phone and install it and let you use it.
Don't say that. That's not right.
I'm kidding. And I will let you use my app and it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's really cool. I
This
love
is
it.
the new generation of software engineering. Like,
Awesome.
I can't imagine how the next generation will start learning writing code.
Yeah.
Fundamentals and so the stuff. Like, I was lucky. I started with Pascal. So now exactly. Yeah.
Frank. Do it, Frank. Do it.
Oh, yeah, that was the show.
Awesome. This was great. That was great. I loved it.
Yeah. And so if people want to give that a try and like see that in action, like when do you think you will have all of that available?
The thing is, I promised an international conference to do it, like to publish it with them.
Deadline.
Hold that promise. Yeah.
I don't know if I can name the conference or not.
No.
It's up to you. Yeah.
I will not.
We're fine. Yeah.
You can say when the conference is held, like next month, in 2 months.
November.
November. Okay.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, folks.
I love it.
November, because I think the .NET 10 is coming in November or spring.
Yeah.
So
lining it up. Nice.
Yeah, I love that. Awesome.
Yeah, and wait, I have also a book coming in November.
Oh, congratulations!
ASP.NET 10.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, what do you think about AI?
I think that's pretty amazing.
When it comes to writing code, yeah. That's why I say always AI will not take our jobs. AI will take software coders' jobs, not software engineers.
I mean, so that's a really like loaded question. What do you think of AI? Like, it's crazy to think that just like even 5 years ago, it was almost like this like little tiny thing that we just kind of talked about, like, oh, I can do cool things every once in a while, or if it's the right use case. But now it's just, it can do everything anywhere. Yeah. It's like, can you use AI? The answer is typically, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Awesome.
Are there any questions in the chat? I didn't see any.
I didn't see any. No, I think we've been doing pretty good. I'll throw up the banner here and we'll call it.
Maybe better to wait till I have a tool that answers questions automatically, so I don't.
Exactly. Yeah. Answers questions. Puts up the book promo.
Yeah, as Frank said, they haven't automated the presentation part yet, but
not quite.
Yeah.
Guys, we're still good.
They probably can in the near future. So.
Well, on that happy note, I guess we can close out now. So again, thank you so much for watching. We always love doing these streams, hearing your questions, and getting to learn more about .NET. Stay tuned. We have another episode coming next Monday, and I believe the following one as well. Same time, same place. So we'll see you there.
Bye.
Bye.